Welcome to Kohi Beans, the best anime podcast here in the wild, wild west of the internet. I'm Josh,
I'm Alina.
and we here to talk about it again.
Again?
Anime.
Oh.
Oh, you thought I was going to talk about the specific topic?
Yes.
Of which the big three? Well, we've talked about the big three, all of them.
No, we've only talked about 2 of them.
Well, we've given passing comment about Bleach.
Yeah, that's true. We only roast it, and you haven't even seen it.
I haven't seen it. I roast it. I saw Ichigo X Ulquiorra on YouTube. It was sick.
Mm-hmm. And that's it.
Or Hime was there. Ulquiorra grew a soul at the end. That's what I remember.
Wait, was Ichigo there?
Ichigo was there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he had kidnapped Orihime.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I remember. And she was like, I don't think you're a bad person. And Ulquiorra was like...
No, you said Ichigo kidnapped her.
No, not Ichigo kidnapped her.
Okay, yeah.
Why
So
would
I
Ichigo-
was like really confused.
No.
I was like, what doujins have you
The
been
bad
reading?
guy, the Espada.
Gotcha.
The Espada
Okay.
kidnapped her.
Well, that's for later. But for now, let's do our free talk. Introductions.
Boink, boink.
So, what's up this week? Or the first half of this week?
I was reading the Kingdom Hearts manga again.
Oh, right. Do tell.
It's cute. It's no replacement for the games.
Yeah, but it's nice.
I feel, yeah. For me, like, because the plot completely follows the games, there's no point in watching it.
But there's like more extra background stuff, right? Like you told me all the characters are kind of dorky.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is it following like...
No, not that was 358 over 2.
Oh,
which is like
okay.
a subset of the main manga that doesn't follow.
Okay. I haven't read the main manga. I didn't know there was a main Kingdom Hearts manga.
Yeah, there's one that follows the original games, just drawn in manga style. Left to right, by the way. Not right to left.
Right. Oh, okay.
It's
so
not
like
right to left. It's westernized. Like, straight up, like, from its release.
Huh. Is it like a specific Western adaptation?
Nope.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the actual manga
Hmm.
for the series.
Interesting.
They just started left to right.
They
instead
got
of right to left.
confused and then they were like, it's too late now.
No. What
It's
do you
too
mean
late now,
confused?
Mickey. Hmm.
I don't think they were confused. They just decided to make it left to right.
Yeah. What if they like started drafting it and it was too late?
Maybe they were like, Kingdom Hearts ain't gonna fly in Japan.
Damn.
They're like,
But they knew it was gonna fly in the US.
Yeah, let the Westerners eat it up.
Damn.
Well, confusing plot, etc.
I mean, they're right.
They were damn right.
Mm-hmm. But it was like, so it's kind of boring if you know the game.
Yeah, because it just follows the exact plot of the games, and like all it is in manga style.
I see.
Doesn't really add much. Like 358 over 2 is a good manga because it added personality to each of the characters.
Yeah.
But mainline Kingdom Hearts manga, no.
Okay.
It did nothing for me.
I see. Well, tell me about Ippo. I remember you said
9
something about
pages. This last chapter was only 9 pages. And it wasn't a fight. It was just people talking.
Oh, he's busy.
And before that, I had waited over 2 weeks for the newest chapters. So, it's not like I wasn't... it's not like it was a super fast chapter either. With just like some in between. It was 2 weeks of waiting and then like 9 pages of talking as a result of the break.
I see. That's too bad.
Not
the worst, but not great.
Yeah, take your time, whatever you need, George Morikawa. But I can feel however I want. Yeah,
you're like, I'm waiting for you.
I can feel extremely impatient if I want to, and I do.
There.
I know, right?
How long is it gonna be for the next chapter? Like a month?
Maybe a week, maybe 2.
Okay.
I don't know.
His schedule's
the way that I read manga doesn't tell you if they're gonna take a break or not. Like, there's no indication.
Oh, you don't like check it up online like me on Reddit every month?
No, I don't keep up with the Reddit.
I see. There's some monthly series that I go on the Reddit just to see who knows what's gonna happen. Like, I can generally find out, at this point of being a manga reader, but sometimes there's no news and you just have to dig on their Twitter, the official artist Twitter, and see if they say anything like, hey, I'm sick, or I'm not feeling great, or like, hi, I'm drawing a lot, and you're like, that must mean there's a chapter this month, maybe. Yeah, I haven't gotten chapters for the past 4 months for some monthly series, and then the one this month was a half chapter. It was like 46.5, and I haven't read it because I have to buy it now. People do not want to share the fan sub. Which, to be fair, that's fine. But I'm also really sad it's not a full chapter. Flashback chapters.
Flashback chapters?
Yeah, pain. Whenever it's like a 0.5, it's like flashbacks or like minor flashbacks or reviews that like solidify a current event. But yeah, that's okay. I mean, there was a pandemic and sometimes they got sick, so they couldn't like afford to draw. Well, oh well. Anything else?
There's a new Hetalia stuff coming out.
Oh yeah, that's kind of random.
It's a little weird to hear about Hetalia these days.
It is, yes.
To get any news about Hetalia is pretty shocking.
It's getting like a whole series and like art book or something.
It's continuing an older series, and it's starting a new series.
Wow.
So it's getting a new season for an older one, and it's also just creating a new side story, I think.
Interesting.
So yeah, a lot of Hetalia action for some reason.
I mean, they're also like short episodes. Like, I don't think one is more than 5 minutes or 10 minutes. I can't remember. So it goes really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'm kind of surprised that there's more.
Yeah.
I do have to say, the artist gets better at drawing every time he releases something new, though. Like, he actually, I mean, a lot of artists do, but like, there's a huge jump in improvement from his past works to like his more recent ones. But I am still, I don't know how to feel about it. We'll see what happens when it comes out.
Yeah, who knows how good it'll be eventually.
Really, part of it is really a question of the fandom being weird about, like, that's like where half of the issues are from. Because it is a parody series, but it is banned in several countries. So
it's a parody series, like, at its core.
Yeah,
I think so.
It's all about like stereotypes.
That's true.
So I feel like it kind of just is a parody, you know?
Parody of reality, fiction.
Yeah, stereotypes of people and nations as a whole.
There was this old like webcomic I used to read about the Scandinavian countries.
Right, I do.
You know what I'm talking
about? Yeah, they were the flags.
Yeah, they wore the flags. And then like Norway had like a goatee or like a beard, and like Denmark was like really young looking. Sweden wore glasses.
Yeah. Iceland occasionally showed up, right?
Yeah. Finland was like a crazy drunk.
Yeah. What was it called? It's not like XCD, right? That's someone else.
No, that's XKCD is the stick figures.
Yeah, but this person was kind of like that.
Kind of.
Yeah, that was like the pre-Hetalia, like, country stereotypical like parody. And then Hetalia.
It wasn't really a parody. It was. I learned a lot about the Scandinavian countries, actually.
That's old, man. I don't remember what it was called.
Me either. We'll have to look it up later.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what Hetalia always reminded me of.
Or if you remember it, please let us know.
Yeah. Hitalia's too old of a series for me.
Yeah, you never got into it. Well, I didn't know you back then, but it's...
If I knew you, you probably would have tried to get me into it, eh?
No.
No? Okay.
Where that random Canadian come from? Just kidding. No. I never told people about it, really. But it did help me in history. It made it more bearable. Somehow it helped me memorize some European countries before I had ever learned about them. Like, I watched Italia and I was like, what is this place they're talking? Lithuania? Is that a place? And I had to Google it, and I went all over Wikipedia, and then it came up in history books. And I was like, yes, I know this. I got my shit down.
Educational anime.
Right?
Wow.
Except it's not. But yeah.
It's I mean, you learned something.
I learned random wars and events that happened.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah. I guess that's something.
Don't bring it down just because it's irrelevant.
Yeah. I mean, if you can make it irrelevant and help you study, go for it. There's a ton of fan fiction that taught me a lot. Educational, yeah, that's true. And then Steins Gate has a new visual novel sequel.
Oh yeah.
Do you think you're gonna play it? Did you ever play the first one?
I didn't play Zero. Yeah, I played all of the first one. I didn't play Zero.
What's
because it's the prequel.
Oh,
or not the prequel. It's like an alternate reality version.
So they just made a second version.
They made a second game. Yeah, they made a full second game that you can play.
Was it any good?
Yeah, people liked it.
Oh, okay. Usually people don't like it when you retcon.
I mean, they kept the style pretty consistent.
Okay.
Like it doesn't look any different than it used to, which is good.
They couldn't decide which route or which ending they liked better, so they just made it into 2 games.
Yep.
We'll make this one come out a year later. I mean, it works. I would probably do that.
Yep. I didn't play Zero, but I really liked the first one. But I guess I should play Zero before I play the new one.
Wait, how long has it been since the last one came out? A couple years?
Zero came out 1 to 2 years ago.
Oh, so it's not too long.
It's not too long.
I was thinking like 7 years ago.
No. The original was like 7 years ago.
Oh.
Maybe like 2010 afterwards.
Well, it just sounds like it's so long ago that like the hype probably died down.
Steins Gate's really good at keeping dedicated fans, actually.
How? For years? I mean,
it's got a compelling story. It's good.
Okay.
We're talking about Hitalia. Hitalia came out around that time.
I guess. It's not really like one story, though. I don't know. I only saw like the first episode and I couldn't get into it, so I think once you get past the beginning, you're probably okay. Assuming it's that compelling, but yeah, I couldn't get past the weird things in the beginning, so.
What weird things?
It's just that they're so like quirky and like I couldn't enjoy it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's ignorant.
I guess so, yeah.
That's a South Park
he was
reference.
just like a character that seemed like over the top, kind of like arrogant, like a con man style.
But you know that's his character, right? You know that does eventually break down.
Of course I know, but it was just kind of annoying, you know? And then the typical like character that's like, oh, I'm actually a guy, and like they kind of like
they get kind of into that tacky shit, but
no, I'm sure once you get through all that,
when you get to the heart of it, it's a very intelligent anime.
I can imagine. It's just like people who say they don't like One Piece because they can't get the art style, you know. And I know a lot of people like that. I actually, my coworker, we were talking about anime, and he was like, you know, there's some animes like I don't consider anime, and I was like, what do you mean by that? And it's just saying like the first couple of animes he saw, he never
Please
considered
stop saying
that.
animes.
Sorry, anime. Like he considers them cartoons, and not anime.
Like what? Avatar, Last Airbender?
No, he was talking about like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Kenshin, and like Dragon Ball Z. He's like, I don't consider those anime. Those are my cartoons. And it was like, that's interesting.
I can kind of see his point.
I mean, I can kind of see his point, but I'm also like, you're wrong.
If you're like cartoons are when you watch what you watch, as a kid,
yeah.
Then yes.
But it's also like not right.
I don't know. Yeah.
As a genre, it's not right. As like what you associate, then that's fine. That's objective, right?
Yeah. It just depends on what your definition of anime is.
Yeah, that's true. It was just I never heard anyone say that before. Like we say like, oh yeah, that's an anime. I just didn't know it was an anime. But that's fair.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't call like the Raimon an anime, really.
I
wouldn't say it.
For kids, yeah.
That one's out of my like range of like what I think an anime is.
I don't know. Conan.
Detective Conan. No, people watch that.
Kids watch that. Adults watch it. I mean, kind of weird to think about it because like as a kid, you're watching like repeated murders, and like you don't really think anything about it. Although one of them still haunts me to this day. But yeah. It's just like a kid's version of murders. It's okay.
It's okay as long as
it's not okay. It's just like a common joke that
I didn't watch it.
It's like every 3 chapters there's a murder. Like it takes 3 chapters to clear it usually. If it's longer, you know, that's like a serious actual plot like relevant thing.
Plot relevant arc.
Well, there's like a debate kind of what in that and Conan counts as like filler and what is like actually an arc. Because you can go months and they don't address the main like actual series. But he'll do solve a ton of other mysteries before he gets to the actual like, oh hey, it's that mafia group that we've been dealing with since the very beginning.
I see.
Or like, oh hey, there's a secret like organization that we have to like recruit to help us, or the FBI or whatever. But yeah, like you'll go months without getting to that, so I dropped it. Yeah, it's kind of filler, but it's canon. It's canon manga.
Okay, yeah, I mean if it's canon, then whatever.
But
irrelevant canon, but canon.
Yeah, it's really irrelevant, but that's how it's like a couple years long now. It's one of the longer series.
Detective Conan O'Brien.
Yeah, it's fun though. The movie's a lot more exciting. So is the spinoff. Actually, the spinoff is my favorite part. But it's okay. But should we get to our big topic today?
The big three?
Yeah. We're kind of just talking about like shows that were kind of like childhood stuff, nostalgia for our generation. The big three is also nostalgic.
Yeah, I mean everybody knows what the big three is.
Yeah, but not everyone's seen it too, or seen all of them.
Of course not. There's the iron rule of the big three.
What?
You've seen two, you disregard one.
What? No, you don't.
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
What?
I mean, I watched and read all three of them, so that's my personal experience.
Dork.
You're a dork. And that's for sure. You're a dork.
Yeah, I am a dork. But you're a dork who's seen all of the big three.
Nothing wrong with that.
There's something wrong with that.
No, there isn't.
All right. Well, okay. If you're not clued in, the big three is the Shonen Jump's three like mega series that were incredibly successful and long back in like the late 90s
to early 2000s.
Well, okay, two of them died off. One of them came back from the dead. One of them had a child, and one of them's still going. So,
well, I mean, they both ended relatively close.
Yeah. Okay.
A couple years ago. It's not that.
It wasn't that long ago. Okay,
you make it sound like they died like 10 years ago. Yeah.
It's Naruto, it's One Piece, it's Bleach. Those are the big three.
And One Piece is the only one that's still continuing. Go figure. It's like already 20 years old.
One Piece is the only one that's had its continuous run.
Yeah.
And Naruto technically ended, but then Boruto came out to ruin everyone's lives.
As a sequel, which is we'll see how that goes.
And we drop in every few episodes, just see what's up.
It's to see what's up. The anime is not bad. The manga, I don't know. The art style is not my favorite, but maybe the story's okay. I haven't read it in a long time. But it is up for free online.
I remember when
I just haven't been.
I didn't know.
I haven't felt bothered enough.
I remember when I didn't know anything about Boruto, but then you were like, "I hate Sarada's new outfit," and I was like, "What are you talking about?"
And then you looked at it, and you're like, "My eyes!"
Yeah, I looked at it, and I was like, "Oh God, you're right. What is she wearing?"
Yeah, some kind of like, what is it? Some people drew comics.
She's like a ninja stripper.
Yeah, people are like, Sarada, did you forget your pants? She's like, no, this is my outfit. Something like,
Kunoichi don't need pants.
I don't know why she's wearing like a scarf with like an open V-neck. It looks kind of old or like vintage style, but not in a good way. And then like bandages for shorts.
Her outfit looks like what a Sonic character would wear.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But she's not an animal.
Don't wear pants in Sonic.
KK Slider. KK Slider
KK
secretly
naked.
in Sonic. He's actually just a Sonic character.
That's disturbing.
That'd be really funny. He just goes fast. No, yeah, it wasn't great, but the anime didn't go with that outfit, thank God, and it looks better. But that's the anime, and they have tons of filler because the manga's kind of slow.
Yeah, so that's the state of the big three. Naruto got its like spiritual successor. Bleach is coming back next year.
Right, Bleach. The manga ended, but they never finished the anime. Was it because they had too many filler arcs? They were like, we're just gonna drop it for now till like we can animate more of it. And it's the final arc, so they want it to actually look good. And then I mean, he's working on his new series, so I guess he doesn't really have to worry about it anymore. And One Piece is One Piece.
One Piece is One Piece, trucking along.
It's just doing it
leaving
what
him
it
in the
always does.
dust. Yeah.
In the dust, he's just like he's
He's
slow.
No, he's leaving him in the dust. It's a distance run.
I was thinking more like he's a turtle, and they're like,
It's like, like Naruto, Ichigo. They've been running a whole marathon. They're like, oh my god, I'm tired. Yeah. Luffy's just like, see ya in 10 more years when I'm still going.
in like 20 years.
Put. Yeah.
Yeah,
He definitely slowed down his pace.
he did.
Oh, topical.
It is kind of slow.
It's getting slow.
Right. If you are staying up to date with One Piece, it's kind of slow. If you don't already know, each arc is generally at least a year long, and that's kind of too long sometimes.
Too damn long, especially for what we need answered in One Piece.
That's true. He does not give answers very easily. He meaning Oda, the creator, the one and only, like robot creator.
It'll be sad to see the end of the big three, to be honest.
It will be. And yeah, were there any series that kind of were like before the big three, like their previous successors?
The previous big three before the big three.
Yeah,
Dragon Ball Z was their grandpa.
Right, people joke about that a lot.
It's Grandpa Dragon Ball, and then immediately into the big three.
Which one came out first? One Piece?
I'm
guessing it's One Piece. Naruto and Bleach came out around the same time.
I don't know which one came first.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna say it's One Piece though, because it's already been 20 years. I don't think Naruto hit 20 for sure. Bleach, maybe by like the skin of its teeth. Is that how you say it? Yeah.
The skin of its teeth. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I have a bone to pick about the ending of Bleach, like many other people, but that's just how it is.
One Piece beat Naruto by a month.
By a month? It came out a month earlier?
One Piece first came out July 22nd, and Naruto first came out August 18th.
Oh, okay.
1997, same year.
Right. And Bleach came out. You're gonna get. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, you type Bleach Ichigo and not like cleaning supplies. Bleach.
Oopsie.
And TV. That's a TV series. Bleach. No, it's hydrogen peroxide.
Here, we'll find it from this one.
Yeah, give us a moment, please.
I mean, whatever. They're all from the same damn time.
And there's a lot of different Bleach. Okay. It says
August 2001. Serialized August 2001.
Okay, so he's 4 years younger.
Moo. Yeah, 2001.
Yeah.
It was serialized, 2001, so 4 years late. That's okay, Junior.
I mean, he still made it. Pretty successful, technically. I was thinking earlier that, in a way, Bleach is kind of isekai. Before isekai was, like, a thing.
Before isekai. I mean, there's so many stories like that. Oh,
That's true.
You've entered this new place, and you have to learn about it.
But he doesn't even enter a new place. Per se.
I mean, yeah.
But he goes through like a new state. That's actually kind of his story, is going through multiple states.
I mean, isekai doesn't. I don't think it really has to be an entirely new world.
It is. It doesn't. It's just how people are doing it now,
a new place.
Or how it's like flaring up in popularity now.
Yeah, we've gone over isekai. We don't like it that much anymore. It's okay. Everybody agrees that it's dying off because they just keep copy pasting the same shit.
That's true. They can do so many other.
If they could do a creative isekai for one, sure, but they've proven that they aren't willing to take the risk, or that there's no money in taking the risk.
We should just make our own. Just kidding.
Make our own isekai.
If we won the lottery, we'll make our own isekai.
Yeah, we'll make it on Flash and we'll put it up on Newgrounds.
Amazing. On not even YouTube.
Newgrounds, no.
Okay, Vimeo, Daily Motion.
YouTube, no. We'll put Vimeo.
Vimeo? Oh, I was like Vimeo.
Vimeo. We'll put it on Daily Motion. We'll post it onto our Google Plus.
Anything but YouTube.
Yeah, all the alternatives. We'll use all of the alternatives.
Amazing. Maybe we won't get any copyright strikes. Yeah. Well, should we focus on one of them first, or like a specific topic?
I don't know. We could just keep talking more in general about them. We should maybe we could talk about strong points.
Sure.
Or what we think is the strongest one of the three.
Okay.
Okay. So if you are if you met someone that had never seen the big three, which one would you want to tell them about first, or to recommend first? If they were like, I really want to watch one of the big three, but I don't know which one.
And if they're like, in my imagination, they're gonna be new to anime, I would say Naruto. It's not as long as One Piece, or as like specifically artistically unique as One Piece. I think it's easier to get into.
One Piece animation isn't really that unique. I don't know why people say that.
Like almost everyone I've met.
The anime or the manga?
Both. People just don't like the art style.
Okay, I don't get it. But alright.
Yeah. So
Naruto.
I wouldn't recommend One Piece because of that. And Bleach is alright, but I feel like it's a little more, I don't know. It's just like saying ninjas are easier to understand than like a Soul Reaper. You know, something about that just makes sense to me. Like, yeah, they're ninjas. And like, oh, ninjas. Okay, that's easy.
Oh, the ninja glare.
Yeah.
Nigahiga.
Oh, he's a ninja. Okay, why didn't you just tell me? Versus like, he's a Soul Reaper. And they're like, is he like the devil? And I'm like, no, not like that. You know?
You've never seen Teenage Mutant Soul Reaper turtles?
Oh, God.
That's what they're called, right? Soul Reapers?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you sure?
No. Well, yeah. They're Shinigami.
Shinigami.
But in English and in the dub, they call them Soul Reapers.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. My friend watched the dub for a while, so it's not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
It has the only name I know is Johnny Bosch because he was in a lot of stuff. My brother got the chance to work with him once, so and I watched, like, he was one of the few people who did videos about voice acting, and I was like, oh, he's Ichigo.
Ichigo.
Yeah. Strawberry.
Yeah, if I had to recommend one, I would agree. Had to be Naruto. He's the most. I think, in terms of like plot and action, he's the most well balanced.
I think he's easier to
pacing,
understand.
Good pacing. Good enough pacing.
I think on like an emotional level, it's easy to digest.
Yeah.
Like sometimes Luffy's kind of difficult to like think about, you know? Like he's not dumb, but that's how it might come across a lot.
Yeah, One Piece is like emotional arcs are like incredibly broad strokes,
and
like,
they're long.
It's gonna be super long periods of like happiness and bliss, and then like 100 episodes of like, holy shit, things are going down.
Right. I mean, like it takes a while to build up anything in One Piece, so. And it's like you only get one character arc like every now and then. Like you don't, you'll never have like multiple together. He kind of just does one, and he's like, okay, they're done. Now next person.
That's true, but the world building in One Piece is the strongest, for sure.
Yeah.
We know way more about the One Piece world than we do about any of the other three.
And it's also very like...
Other two.
It's very deep.
It's deep.
Like we learn, it's like learning about the actual world. Like there's a ton of shit you gotta know.
Yeah.
And he keeps introducing more.
Yes, but he's starting to close it up a little bit. It's starting to round out.
It's been 20 years. I hope it has.
It's been 20 years, yeah.
But yeah, it is starting because, well, it's been 20 years. I think it's just too long to recommend a person like right off the bat.
So for starters, it has to be Naruto. Okay, I can't really talk about like why I wouldn't recommend Bleach. I just think it's kind of lame. Yeah. It's kind of cheesy compared to Naruto or One Piece.
You don't think Naruto?
And that's saying
cheesy
a lot.
Too?
No, I think Naruto is cheesy.
Yeah.
But Bleach is cheesier.
I believe that. Yeah. I think at that time when it came out and at that age that at least we were, it was like trendy or like the shit.
Bleach?
I don't know. My friends really liked it. And like they were like, to draw fan art of it and like fan fiction. It's just like the kind of story that like young kids like enjoy. It's easy, right? Like it is
easy.
It's very tropey, more than Naruto in a sense. Not tropey, but very like kind of cut and clear. Like each character has their specific element and type, and they kind of just go with that. And he does a lot of characters, so it's easy to feel like, oh, I can make my own. I mean, you can do that with Naruto. You can kind of do that with One Piece. But, like, I think a lot more goes into the other ones than Bleach. But it's not to say, like, it's bad. It's just, it has the classic, like, here's my weapon, and here's its secret name, and every move has a name. I mean, Naruto does that, but it's
Naruto
not
does
like
do that, yes.
But it's not like on the nose like Bleach does, you know?
It's on the nose in the original Naruto. When you get to Shippuden, it's a little better about hiding what's going to happen in the fights.
Kind of interesting because like they got older too. I wonder if like they got better. He probably just figured like I shouldn't do it anymore.
I think the person who made it got better.
Yeah.
He got better at directing fights and making twists in fights. Every Bleach fight I've seen is like,
it's like
I
Dragon
dare you
Ball.
to cross this line, and then like somebody crosses the line.
It's all about like power and like
power amplification.
Play.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's what do you call it? It's not as interesting, but at the same time, it's also like he should have stopped earlier.
Yeah.
That's the biggest gripe everyone has about it.
One of the most damning things about Bleach is the fact that Ichigo only has one attack that he kind of remixes over and over and over.
I guess.
Rasengan style, but like
he's a
even worse than Rasengan, because at least Naruto can use like shadow clones and do other stuff.
I mean, it's kind of like you have this one thing. How are you gonna use it? And he decides like to min max it. I guess. I can't remember.
It's not min maxing because it's not a stat. It's just a skill.
I guess.
Ichigo only has Getsuga Tensho. Getsuga. Moon.
I'm pretty sure he has like other moves, but I just don't remember them anymore. I mean, that's like his biggest hit. I mean, he does other normal stuff too. Like you don't have a name for the normal stuff, right? Naruto's not gonna be like kunai every time or shuriken. Actually, they do say shuriken
punch.
Yeah, it's only like the final move kind of thing that like they do that in Bleach. But yeah, you're right. It's
not even impressive. To watch Getsuga Tensho. I don't know why I want to keep calling it Getsuga Tensho. It's not even impressive to watch. It's just like a little energy wave that travels on the ground.
I guess it's because it's supposed to show how much like innate power he has, but that's the point. Is like he doesn't refine it because he doesn't know how to refine it and stuff like that. But yeah, in essence, I guess the criticism of Bleach is it's just all like a power play.
You mean it's just powering up over time, like Daddy Dragon Ball?
Well, it's just like saying like I'm at 30%. You haven't even seen the rest of my power. I'm not even in my final form. Like that's pretty much what it is.
There's not a lot of like brain play when it comes to Bleach. You know, there's not a lot of tactics or.
It's not. Yeah, it's just like evolutions and like what else can I do with my new evolution? Like what have I gained or lost?
One Piece barely gets away with avoiding that problem.
Yeah. Like
it almost falls into that problem like several times, especially with like Luffy getting like, oh, my next gear, but at least they're based on his power and they're different, and he combines them creatively.
Would you not say that that's what Ichigo can do though?
No,
like he can combine his own powers to hype it up more.
But does he do anything other than like energy waves? Like, does he?
No, the energy wave is like evolution 1.
Okay, maybe I just haven't seen enough fights, but I've never seen him do anything else. I haven't watched the Bleach movie.
Yeah, it's just a movie. You said you have?
I did. I watched a Bleach movie. I watched the one where he has to like go to a prison and escape from it. And Zoro's like a voice actor in there.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I watched a Bleach movie just for the hell of it. And I don't think I saw him do anything other than the energy wave. Getsuga Tensho.
Yeah.
Can you name any other move that he does?
I don't remember. I know he gets different forms and different skills, but I don't know what
he changes what he looks like, and it makes his attack more powerful. But at the end of the day, it's like the same attack.
I guess, but it's like, yeah. But I feel like you could say that about like One Piece and Naruto as well.
I think One Piece at least uses the devil fruit idea, and people's like devil fruits don't just give you extra power to power up an attack. It gives you like a property that you have to like use creatively to use in battle, like Luffy's rubber. The rubber part is the interesting part. It's not that his punch grows more powerful. Mm-hmm. It's that he can enlarge his fist by breathing into it.
Yeah.
That's sick. That's creative.
Yeah.
But with like, I'm channeling more power, mm-hmm. and my hair grows a little longer, and I can fly now.
Yeah.
It's a little less graceful, I would say.
Yeah, it doesn't really give. How do you say it? I guess, what is it about Bleach that people enjoy? Maybe he, like, before each one he has to do a like emotional arc or like internal battle with himself, and that's what kind of gives him the power up in the end.
It's all about his internal growth.
It's all about like overcoming your inner turmoil in order to reach like an understanding, and that's how like they all gain their own powers. So it's all really internal, which is why it doesn't really come out like like that's why he banks on. It's not like as a creative, I guess.
It's not even that internal, because I feel like they talk out loud in Bleach a lot.
I mean, the internal like stuff is like a physical battle too.
Yeah.
It's always like, oh, what's he doing? Oh, he's battling his inner demons, literally his inner demons, and we're gonna see if he survives, and if not, we're just gonna have to kill him because we can't handle that. And they're like, oh, okay. And then and then we just get to him literally battling out and being like, I hate you, or like, I don't understand you, and we have to figure out what they're like, what's important, right? And just typical stuff. And then he just gets a power up.
He just gets a power up, like Pac-Man when he eats a power pellet.
Yeah, basically.
He's just a little Pac-Man eating a power pellet.
There's just like, that's a very shonen aspect that I don't like, but
One Piece,
thing,
Naruto's guilty too. I mean, Rasengan.
Yeah, I mean, like every show kind of has like something like that.
But at least like they explain the system in which the power up happens. Like, for example, when Naruto starts to add wind energy into his Rasengan, they explain the chakra system and like a system of power up and how it works. I don't know about Bleach. Does Bleach do that, where it explains like where energy comes from, how it materializes, how the organizations use it, things like that?
Yeah, I guess so.
It does.
I mean, that's kind of the whole. What's second arc?
Is there like a name for the power, like chakra?
Yeah, there is a name for it.
Oh, what's it called?
I think it's Reisetsu.
Oh, right. Reisetsu.
And it's like when he gets to his, I don't know, his second, his first final form, also high. It's like there's different ways of representation showing how much power you have like saved up or how much you have used and stuff like that. And they're like, yeah, you get it from the environment, specifically from like human souls and stuff like that. And like I think everyone has a little bit, but only specific powerful people can really use it. Like they talk about, because they're supposed to be like soul reapers or shinigami, and they have like a separate, like, not heaven per se, like he created his own version of it, but when you die and like you get reborn in heaven, I think, oh god, someone's gotta correct me on that, like some people have the ability and some people don't. If you don't, you never go hungry, like, but if you're actually a person that uses the energy, I guess because it's like your own energy too, like
you deplete it
and
you get hungry.
Yeah, and that's how they like pick out the people that are strong enough to hire and stuff like that.
Wow.
It's it's kind of weird.
That is an interesting one, to say the least. And
yet they have families in that universe world that aren't just like reincarnated people. So that's like what kind of confuses me, is that like you have people who are like naturally dying on Earth and they enter your world as like a newborn or like a new soul, and then you still have families and they're like, yeah, we have our own bloodline. I'm like, wait, so like your origin is this one group or not? It's not super clear.
It's like a subgroup within that bigger group.
I don't know. Maybe I just don't know enough about it. Like I'm sure there's like
all right. So there is some explanation. There is some basis to like powering up and like getting. They explain like
some of their world organization, but it's also not, to me, not super clear, or like he never explains it well enough. Especially towards the end, it's like I don't know what's happening, but he just kind of like lost steam.
Yeah, I thought the meme about Bleach was that Ichigo is just part something all the time. He has some sort of unexplained, like I have this innate power.
Well, it's not
because
always unexplained, but yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's eventually explained, but he like finds out, oh shit, I'm part this,
Yeah.
and then like
there's a lot of people like, how do you have like, you know, it's the thing they have about all of these series though, is like you like Naruto. That's one complaint I know people have about it, is that it starts off as a series that sounds like
I'm gonna do it with my own power.
Or like anyone can become anything, right? Yeah. Like if you have the will, that's the way. Like anyone can become anything. But spoilers, like, and One Piece, Luffy kind of has this too. Like they all kind of have a background that enables them this ability, so it's kind of like not as cool anymore. You know, it's not like, yeah, like they just have this innate.
It's not their training or anything.
Like,
it's like they were born with this.
They're
like,
just it's
destiny,
inheritance, right?
Yeah,
like they get it from their family.
They inherited this power.
So it's like a little not fair.
It is a little not fair, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like even Luffy has it, and that's kind of like all
vaguely though. Like
vaguely,
we see Luffy like earn it though. At the same time as like, yes, he comes from the family of D. Or he comes from like the clan, whatever they're called, the D's.
But they all have like a similar like traits and things that happen.
They do. But you know,
we'll have to see what happens when we learn more about it, because we still haven't learned anything about them.
Personally, I think Luffy earns it. I mean, he bleeds a lot.
I'm sure they all earn it.
He's even lost fights before.
Yeah,
like, that's legendarily like, wow, he's lost a fight.
I mean, I think we all earn it.
He lost against the poison dude in Impelled Down.
Yeah, he's lost in
and he lost against the admirals. Yeah,
lost against the bear.
His plot armor has shown to have holes at times.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be as entertaining if like there wasn't like pushback from the protagonist. What do you call it? The plot barrier around the protagonist.
Yeah, I mean, do you remember when he was about to be executed and then like lightning broke his like shackles?
Oh,
they were about to cut his head off and like lightning broke it, and like Buggy was like, "What the hell is happening?"
That's some kind of comedic.
I feel like they were like really going. They were really emphasizing it then. Like there's some sort of weird destiny stuff going on here.
Yeah, there's always a little bit of it. I don't know.
At least he doesn't act like it.
Yeah, he doesn't act like it. But even Naruto doesn't act like it, right?
Naruto doesn't act like it either.
Yeah, he didn't know. But it's just like, it could be, I don't know, slightly more inspirational without all of that stuff. The whole I'm part this, I'm part that.
I think I think Naruto successfully addressed the I was born with this power, but it is still my own power kind of thing.
I mean, yeah, it's like still something you have to master yourself. Like even if you have I'm this part, this and that, like it's something that you have, that's either part of you, and you have to be able to express it, right?
Well, I mean, I think each of these series, well, I don't know about Bleach, but at least Naruto and One Piece definitely are like, what's his real power? Oh, his real power. It's not what he was born with. It's his ability to change people, or like
his friendship, tak no jutsu.
Friendships.
Yeah.
Does Bleach do that to some extent? The friendship no jutsu?
Not really, actually.
I feel like Ichigo doesn't have friends.
Oh, he has friends. I mean, no wonder they keep that. Sure.
Acquaintances.
But like, yeah, I mean, he has characters that he literally just has to beat.
Yeah.
And like some of them just don't care and they have to beat. I mean, there was some really good backstory that we finally got in the final arc. But like, it's just like, yeah, you just gotta, like, they have specific bad guys. And it's cutting clear for that one. Yeah, Naruto's like, let's not kill everyone if we can, but we might have to. Especially people who are already dead. Yeah.
Okay. You know what's like one small gripe I have about the big three?
What?
Is that whenever someone's fighting, there always has to be someone watching the fight.
Someone commentating?
Somebody commentating on the fight. It bugs me.
But how?
One Piece is the least bad for this. They don't do that so often.
But how would you like have a fight without like some commentation or like what's happening?
Some commentary.
Commentary. Some context.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can have parts of a fight without context, but then like the reader, we're kind of lost unless we have a good understanding or it's like a montage.
If it makes sense. I like tournament arcs, sure. people will watch it,
Mhm.
but not like Naruto has had some bad ones where characters are just like watching on the sidelines, like I can't do anything to help,
Oh, if you mean just like
and
they're
then
just there.
no, they are commentating like, oh, his power is changing.
That's
or
true.
whatever.
Yeah.
Then
Because we
you know,
can't
it's
really
like,
tell sometimes, the chakra.
Yeah.
Oh, there's more chakra. Like, really? Okay, we'll take your word for
Yeah,
it.
I really wish they would like stop doing that because there are fights where that doesn't happen. Kakashi versus Obito. No one there. Nobody
That's
there.
true.
They just had a sick fight. Everybody was like, well, "This is one of the best fights in the show."
I don't remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Naruto versus Sasuke.
I mean, I remember there was a fight, but I don't remember like the details.
Naruto eventually stopped doing it, but they did do it for a long while.
Mm.
Even in Shippuden, like it would be like Sakura just being like just watching Kakashi for some reason. Kakashi's like, I'm hurt.
I think some people kind of like that though. It
it's a crutch.
It's
a bit of a crutch,
I guess. I don't know. In World Trigger, like there's half of it is like specifically training battles, so there is some form of like commentary. But in the sense of like after it happens, they're like reviewing it, and they're like, "Why did that person do that?" And they're like, "Why was it a good idea?" And like I kind of like that. It shows me like the characters are thinking, like they're not just going at it instinctively. There's like reasoning and skill and logic to it. But I can see if it, they do it too much. Like Hunter x Hunter kind of does that a lot. Or like, actually no, they do fight. But any other time they're not fighting, it's like a wall of text, and I kind of hate that.
JoJo is really bad at it too.
Yeah.
Oh my god, JoJo and having characters just like talk about what's happening.
That's like the funny part of it, though. I guess
it's they lean into it. They lean into it for sure. And
a spaghetti eating.
It adds a flavor to the show, but
yeah.
At the end of the day, sometimes I just want a fight that happens.
That's true.
There are great fights that just happen. Like, okay, in One Piece, like Luffy and what's his name? A Charlotte guy.
The Mochi
guy, yeah. Katakuri?
Yeah, Katakuri? I think
it's Katakuri.
Katakuri.
Whatever his name is.
The pink
Mochi man.
Yeah. He was really strong, and he was
man.
like set to like Luffy was gonna lose.
Yeah. They conveniently had some useless guards that were watching and commentating on the fight.
That's true.
Just like henchmen that were like, "Oh, we can't help. Well, let's just watch."
Yeah.
And like, yeah. Actually, the girl interrupted the fight. His sister interrupted the fight.
Yeah, and he got rid of her, right?
Pissed. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was pissed. So that was actually a funny subversion of what I'm complaining about. Yeah. She did actually help, and it
it
pissed
him
off.
Yeah. Made it worse.
It made everything worse.
But yeah, I mean, I don't mind it, but I guess
that's partly why
on the story.
Like without any Bleach experience, that's partly why I was like, does Ichigo have any friends? Because all the fights are always like 1-on-1, two guys flying in the air and like some people watching.
That's true.
Just like passively, like they don't even look like they want Ichigo to win.
Damn.
They're just like, watch, look.
I mean, yeah, sometimes
he's getting fucked up over there.
Yeah, basically. I mean, yeah, he has friends, but like most of the fights are actually 1-on-1s.
Yeah.
Like they do the stereotypical, not stereotypical, like kind of like the horror thing where you split up.
Yeah.
Or like I'll handle this one, you guys move on. Yeah. And then they keep doing that.
Yeah, like the sacrifice
until we get to the final boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then while they're traveling like to the next round, that's when we see the fight like happening between the ones that stayed behind.
They're all guilty of that.
Yeah, they totally are.
It makes sense.
Like you gotta keep things going.
You gotta keep things going, give characters like time to shine.
But if you don't do the pacing well enough, it turns out kind of janky.
It does turn out janky.
Like you're gonna have one fight and it'll flash, like transition to another fight, and I'm like, no, just stick to the same one.
Best examples of each one though, the Sasuke retrieval arc, best arc in Naruto, pretty much hands down. Each they start with like 6.
That's true.
They start with like Lee, Neji, Kiba, Choji, and Naruto, and later Lee. Did I say Lee?
Yeah, you did.
Oh,
you started off with Lee.
Yeah, okay. So
you wanted the best fight. Yeah.
Yeah, there's 5 of them, and then they eventually just like get left behind to deal with each of the enemies in succession. Of course, each of them is stronger than the last. The first people that get left behind are the two fat guys on each team.
That's rough.
Yeah. Choji's like, oh, you guys
It's a
go
power
ahead.
fight.
Yeah, it's the power fight, and then Kiba.
The tanks.
Kiba afterward, like kind of like the mediocre ones, to
be
honest. Kiba and he fights the two twin guys,
right,
Sakon and something else.
Wow, you remember the name?
I remember one of their names.
Only one?
Yeah.
I don't even know any of them, but okay.
Shikamaru afterwards. No, Neji.
Is that
Neji
like
afterwards gets
guy?
the spider guy, who actually I think he had one of the tougher fights.
Yeah.
That's when it started like
getting
tough, real. Yeah. Shikamaru had to deal with Tayuya, the flute girl.
Yeah.
Tayuya.
And then Naruto.
Yeah, Lee had Kimimaru.
Oh yeah,
actually.
we had a good fight.
Drunken Fist, baby.
Yeah, that was neat.
Yeah. So there's that version where like they're leaving one person behind in each one, and then in One Piece there's every arc ever, but
yeah, we're gonna keep leaving people or all these side fights.
Yeah, I think the best example is probably Annie's Lobby though.
Yeah.
Rescuing Robin. It's the same thing.
There's
this big group of us. We're all gonna go rush forward and save her, and the enemy's running away, and they're gonna each drop one person off, and we're each gonna leave one person until
we get
the numbers line up perfectly to get there.
Mm-hmm. And then sometimes you have to switch fights and stuff like that.
Yeah, One Piece is kind of funny though. Like sometimes they just don't have time for each character to have their fight.
Nah, so, they definitely don't care.
Like
sometimes.
Pretty often, Nami
when has
is
Nami
chilling.
fought? I haven't seen her fight in like the last fight. I haven't seen her fight in the last like 2 arcs.
In the manga or in the anime?
The manga.
Yeah, no, she's fought. She fought a lot.
Not
one on one. Not one on
that's
one.
What I want one on one.
Oh.
Like I haven't seen that happen in a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute. She even got an upgrade. She's already upgraded. She hasn't done much.
I mean, I guess it fits her personality. She's not gonna go right out there, but
yeah,
I'm also like, this subset of the crew just keeps running. Do something.
Yeah,
but they don't have time for that.
Actually, there was this at the end of the Doflamingo arc. Frankie is like. Frankie is looking at his bounties. He's like, my bounty barely went up.
Yeah.
And they were like, you didn't fight like a big guy. You didn't get like you didn't get a good one-on-one.
Yeah, basically. Wasn't he just like building the ship? Like
he fought this lady in the factory and like the diaper guy in Dressrosa.
Oh yeah.
He fought the guy in the diaper. It wasn't very like epic. It was
like people didn't know about it. Yeah, it's all comedic.
Yeah. So that's why he didn't get a bounty up because he didn't fight anyone important. Neither did Sanji.
Wait, Sanji wasn't there?
Halfway through.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Actually, Sanji had to fight Doflamingo for a little bit. That did not go well.
Yeah, speaking of Nami, none of the main female characters get much in these series, I think. I mean, it's kind of typical, I guess, of shonen, which is unfortunate. But they don't really do much.
Sakura is a useless meme.
They lose so many of their fights for no reason. Or other than to, like, have another character step in for them, you know? Like, Rukia, I don't think her track record is very good.
She has ice powers, right?
She gets, like, more and more powered, and then it's always, like, her brother or Ichigo who comes to, like, finish it off for her.
That sucks.
It's so not fair. You're like, oh yeah, she totally got it this time. And then they're just like, oh yeah, there's this other thing happening. And I'm like, you really had to do that? Like, I think she won a battle that was really good. But then she was poisoned. And so her brother had to step in to do the next battle to skip antidote or something.
Still kind of a losing battle.
Yeah, it was just like, they never give her anything. I don't think, even in the movies, that she, like, wins a battle. And she's like...
She beat it. We're talking about Nami, right?
No,
sorry, Rukia. Never mind.
Nami wins. Okay, I mean they all win.
Nami does win.
They all win and do something cool, like occasionally. But I'm just meaning, like, if they're supposed to be so big, why don't they get more? You know?
That's true.
I mean, of course we know why, but still, I'm like,
That's true. The latent sexism of the big three.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
That's for like a more separate episode, I think.
Yeah. Naruto wise, Sakura had a good fight with Sasori. People
Yeah,
never
that one is
talk
good.
about that one.
But other than that one,
other than that
that's
one,
like
she
her
gets
one
nothing.
fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Mm-hmm.
But she does have a good fight there. Tsunade, despite being talked about as legendary, every time she just decides to like charge and then get stabbed in the stomach with something.
She's just a berserker.
Every
type,
fight, yeah.
I mean, she's a healer, so she has to stay back for half of it too.
Her Madara fight was really bad.
I mean, it was just a build up to show how strong he was, technically.
It was.
For like all of them. But yeah, it kind of sucks. And
Hinata loses every single fight.
Yeah, that's not fair. The filler. She wins in the fillers.
Ino has lost every single fight.
What? That sucks.
She even lost with Sakura because they knocked each other out.
Yeah.
They both lost.
Yeah.
No
respect for all the minor characters. Yeah, they're just like thrown out, you know.
The only shonen where there was a one-on-one fight with two girls and they both lost.
Yeah. That sucks.
Tamari was a badass though.
Yeah, Tamari's cool. But she's an even more minor character half the time.
True. But she has a 3-0 win rate actually, if you count her beating Shikamaru.
Yeah.
She technically beat Shikamaru even though she was outsmarted.
But she's like never there.
But yeah. She beat 10-10.
She wins when she's there, which is very little.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
But she's still a capable woman.
Yes. She is the cool bitch character.
She is. One Piece. Sad to say there's not. Robin is pretty bad. Like, she's good.
But she also hasn't had a lot lately. They're all more of like a survey and like research team than like out there.
She does the stuff that doesn't require beating a very high level.
Yeah, she's very skillful.
She does important stuff.
She does important stuff. She's very technical. She just doesn't get any of like the cool action scenes. I mean, it is like marketed action series, so I guess you're gonna have like the buffest guys go out there.
Yeah, I mean, her power she never got a power up.
That's true. Does she need one?
Maintained her. No.
In a sense,
she needs a tan.
You really want her to have a tan.
Yes, I miss old Robin's
design. I mean, she looks great either way.
Nah.
You should just put a picture of her, the tanned one, when you edit this video. But yeah, not that great of a record for the female characters. I don't remember Rukia's very well. Orihime doesn't fight, so there's that.
There's no other female fighters in Bleach?
Oh, there are. They're just like same, like they're minor characters, like Cat Lady. The typical I have big boobs, I'm super cool Cat Lady.
That's true.
But I know her name, but yeah, I mean, Yurichi is also just like, I don't think her record's that great either. I think she has a tie.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, she's just like the build up to the actual battle, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Another, oh, let me show you how strong this enemy is. But yeah, not the greatest.
I agree. Don't know. All right, so before we finish talking about like the big three, like, what's your favorite one?
Ooh.
Out of the three?
I don't know. I think I would have an answer before, like a couple years ago, but now they've kind of like all lost some of their charm to me.
So true. So true.
I mean, it's nostalgic. It's nice to be able to like actually constructively criticize them though. Maybe Naruto.
I'll give it to Naruto as well.
Yeah.
Naruto is too definitive.
It's a good like middle ground package.
Yeah.
You know, like it works. There's things that could be fixed and changed, but it's not too bad.
Yeah.
And not too complex, you know, it just works.
Yeah. It just works.
It just works. It's a grilled cheese sandwich.
It's a good bake, yeah.
It's a good bake.
It's a grilled cheese sandwich.
It's simple, but it's sufficient.
You see, if Bleach is a tuna fish sandwich,
tuna sandwich,
One Piece is a double decker BLT.
Yeah.
Naruto's the grilled cheese. It's the one that you're like, that's probably the best one.
I'm not that hungry.
I'm not that hungry.
But I don't want something that boring. No, Bleach is like, wait, what did you say? A tuna sandwich?
A tuna sandwich.
No, it's like a peanut butter jelly.
Or
just peanut butter. Like
just a peanut butter.
A piece of toast.
A peanut butter on whole wheat. On whole wheat end pieces.
Whole wheat's fine, but end pieces, like, I draw the line there.
Yes.
No, Bleach is like a piece of toast with some kind of sauce on it, and it's like you're hungry, but like you're not like not hungry enough to want that.
You're not that desperate.
Yeah. But you don't want like a giant Subway deli sandwich either.
Mm-hmm.
So Naruto.
Yeah, Naruto. The grilled cheese. Gotta go with it.
The grilled cheese. Yeah.
I love how we have a sandwich analogy for.
Yeah, because I had one for lunch today.
I just want a sandwich. Maybe that's.
I know you always make them at like midnight.
Midnight sandwiches.
What? Yeah, I don't know. It's solid. I mean, if we want to talk more about each series, we can go in depth with them some other time. Maybe during a series specific episode.
Sure.
But we'll leave that for later because I feel like we kind of went over a lot of big points today.
I think so.
We can talk about music and other stuff later. Oh, yeah? What?
Successors.
Oh, yeah.
Who replaced the big three when the whole appeared?
Is it important enough to have like a successor? It just kind of seems like
it was just this point where 3 really powerful series came out.
and just like kind of ended, or I don't know. It's like saying like there's always a continuation or like success and like prequel and like sequel.
I mean,
you know?
you have to think about it. I mean, even people.
I mean, in terms of marketing,
even in Dragon Ball Z, like after Dragon Ball, like people were like, "What's after?" Oh, these 3.
I don't know. I kind of
because
for some reason it bothers me a little bit, as if like
it needs a successor.
Yeah, like
it does need a successor.
I guess it does in terms of like marketing and value.
Not marketing.
No.
Design. Plot design. Story design.
I mean, I think it's important.
Like they set a standard of like how shonen goes.
Did they not have a successor before that?
Successor, like what?
Of what you're talking about before they came out.
Before they came out, Dragon Ball.
What happened before Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball?
There were predecessors, and you know the very earliest stuff is like what Astro Boy. You can trace back its lineage.
Yeah.
Yes,
but they're all very different.
Anime change over time, yes, but you can't deny that the elements carry on. There's an influence that you can like clearly see as you go on. Like you can't look at like My Hero Academia and not see the influence of these shows on it.
Well, that's the only one I can think of that everyone talks about.
That is probably the most spiritual successor.
It is one of the few that have lasted this long.
People also say Black Clover, but we don't give that show a chance.
We did not enjoy the first episode or 2.
Yeah, you want to know why the first episode is bad?
Yeah, we couldn't get over the screaming. It was a bit much, and I hope it tones down later. But we'll wait a bit longer before we give that a try. Maybe if like we open up what series should we pick, and you guys vote for it, then we'll give it a chance, of course. But I don't know enough about it. Honestly, I kind of thought like what I've known about it. It's like Fairy Tail, and I don't really like Fairy Tail.
Fairy Tail is also a successor of some sort.
In a sense. It's in the Sunday Shonen, the day earlier Shonen Jump.
The worst Shonen Jump.
It's in the side Shonen Jump.
It's in Shonen Jump B.
Basically. I mean, it kind of is. That's just like Dragon Ball to me, and I don't enjoy it. But I did read the whole Fairy Tail series. I heard the anime is more interesting, though.
You read the whole thing?
It was okay until like the second biggest arc, and then after that it just went downhill, and I was like, I'm in too deep for this. I have to know if it gets any better, and it did not get better, in my opinion.
Sad. I cry.
Yeah, and so I think Black Clover, kind of. How long has it been? 2 years?
Black Clover? I think it started in 2014.
Wait, really?
Yeah, we just didn't know about it.
Oh, damn. Maybe
that might be crazy.
An anime came out for it, huh? Black Clover is also one of those series where I'm not sure about the art style. I mean, I'll deal with it because I've dealt with so many different ones. But for some people, I think it might bother them a little.
2015. Serialized 2015.
Wow.
Called it. I told you.
So it's been 5 years.
Yeah, it's been 5 years.
Yeah.
It has the makings of a regular old shonen.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess you can count it as like another predecessor, kind of. A carrier of the will of Shonen Jump.
Carrier of the yeah. You know, I saw some people. I saw some like fan art or whatever of like the next big three, including what's that show called? With the kids on a farm and then
Promise Neverland.
Promise Neverland. I'm like, how?
Nah,
how's that really shonen?
Nah, I mean, the Promise Neverland has a good. It's a good series, but it doesn't have the same components. Like the whole basis is already like.
It's a subversion.
Yeah,
you know?
It's a subversion
it's a subversion of expectations.
It's enjoyable, but it doesn't have the same kind of energy and theme genre.
Big agree.
And that's why I think it can't like last as long. Plus, I mean, it ended already.
It ended?
Yeah, it finished a while ago. Did
people like it?
No. I don't think so. Yeah, they kind of rushed the ending. It seemed like one of those, we don't like how it's going, we're gonna end this series before we hate it more kind of feel. It was very rushed in the end. I can't remember if there was a reason why they rushed the ending, but that's just where they ended it. Yeah, because I think Kimetsu's the one where the author like officially was like, I'm rushing the ending. Like, I have personal issues, I'm ending it here.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's also one of the successors people state. Except it didn't have a tournament arc.
Yeah, it's true. I didn't really have one of those.
Are you really a successor if you don't
have a tournament arc? World Trigger has a tournament arc. Has multiple.
Big three. No.
It was
not smallest three.
It was in Shonen Jump for a couple years, damn it. But no, I feel like World Trigger is also a subversion of shonen elements.
Okay. Sure.
Just because you haven't read it, but
I haven't read it. You have all of them.
Yeah, pretty much all of them, except for maybe the newest one in English. But yeah, that one's actually more of a subversion, which is why I enjoy it the most. It gives a little more respect and things, but it still carries like the tournament arc and like some power ups and stuff like that in a more clever way, in my opinion. Maybe
shonen's just changing.
Yeah, it might be changing.
By necessity, it has to start subverting, or else it won't survive. Yeah.
Yeah, or just like, I mean, I'm sure it changes over the years, like what makes a shonen or what works and what appeals to people, right? Because half of it is just like every week people vote on which chapter, which manga they liked most, like your top 3 each week, and that's how they organize the manga the next week. So the most.
Oh really?
Yeah.
The most the highest votes gets like the first section.
Yeah. So you can tell how well a series is doing based on where it is in the manga, in the magazine.
There must be one that's always in the front, like Boruto or something.
Well, sometimes I think
is Boruto even on Shonen Jump?
No, Boruto's a monthly manga.
Oh, okay.
I think it's in the Shonen Jump monthly one. I think it's like Square Plus or something. SQ Plus. Yeah, I looked up all of them before. No, like, I think there's a limit to how long you can do that. Like, oh, every now after you've been like this a couple of times, we're gonna purposely put you a little lower somewhere, or in the middle. But Shonen Jump releases the popularity rankings like every week, and it's also partially organized on how, like, what order the magazine's in. So that's when you can tell a series is going to be dropped soon. It's been in the back and the bottom far too long, and they probably think it's not profitable.
Oh no, who's in the back now? Get cut.
So I think there's like hardcore fans who will release the rankings every week, and you can see what's going to happen. So that's how some people predict ahead of time when a series is going to end. Like, yeah, I think the Promised Neverland started going down, and like along with that, it's like, okay, they're ending. Like, it's not causality, but it's correlated that like if it's not good, it's ending, and maybe like they wanted to end it, so they kind of like made it worse. Who knows? But yeah. And then if you have like color pages, and that changes the order too. Like every now and then a series gets like, oh, you can have a full color spread, like how One Piece does it, like every other week. But yeah, but I mean it's really big and really like nice. Be like, oh, my favorite series gets a special color spread this month or this week. I mean, you usually don't do it that often. I think seems like One Piece does it all the time. Maybe just because he has experience with it. But in other series I read, it's always like, oh, tune in next week. We got a special color spread. It's like super big in the corner. Like, yay, we did it. You know?
One Piece's color spreads are badass, though.
Yeah, I think
they have the best color spreads.
I think his team is just like, oh, actually, Bleach has some good color
Bleach
spreads.
has some good color spreads?
I think one of the things people really liked about Bleach was his composition. People really liked his black and white negative space composition for Bleach. And yeah, I mean, it's not bad. Maybe not as nice nowadays, but for the time the years it was running, I think people enjoyed it a lot. Also, he gives characters like a bunch of new clothes. That's Rukia.
That's Rukia?
Yeah.
It barely looks like her.
Oh, that's Slim in the future.
Future?
Yeah, that's like the last chapter.
You're
looking at the dad haircut that every shonen character's got.
The dad haircut?
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't realize.
I don't know. Some of my friends say they like the Bleach composition.
I believe it.
He kind of does the same thing in Burn the like
this one. Oh, that one's pretty sick, actually.
Yeah, he has some nice ones. I think the very first one is like all of them sitting around like a living room, and he's not bad at like designing stuff. And it's a Hero Academia one that's like funky, but also like
they're not bad, but nothing beats the One Piece like crazy collages. Like
yeah, One Piece is crazy collages.
They got crazy pictures.
Oh, there's his new Burn the Witch color spread.
You know what I liked to see, or you know what I like from like Shonen Jump. I like to see the popularity quiz, the popularity
contest
votes. Yeah.
They also do. They used to do Valentine votes too. Like you send in chocolates. And I did that last year for Grand Blue Fantasy for my friends, like as our proxy. But like, oh man, Prince of Tennis. Fuck, they get millions of chocolates. And they're like, help! They had to ban it because they were like, we literally filled our entire building with chocolates.
Damn.
And people send some weird shit. Someone sent a whole bicycle to someone one time because, oh, you said my favorite character likes cycling, so I got you a bike. And they're like, these are our special mentions because
that's pretty crazy.
We didn't expect people to do this.
That's pretty insane.
Yeah, Shonen Jump is interesting.
I like when each of the characters like says something about their placing, you know?
Yeah.
I love those little interactions.
It's cute.
There's something that brings me a little joy just seeing like, oh shit.
They break the fourth wall.
I fell down 2 places. No. Yeah.
Yeah. Hitman Reborn had a lot of popularity contests too. I feel like it's more of an older thing. I don't know if they still do it now.
It's a little old school. Well, My Hero Academia has them.
That's true. But I haven't seen it in the last.
I haven't seen
year.
one in a while, but
I mean, I don't know if they just like didn't do it or if it should be annually.
Annually, really?
Yeah, they're usually annually.
Oh, I thought I'd seen them like way more often.
Nah, I think it's been out for a couple years.
That's true. It's been out since 2014.
Yeah, so we're kind of devolved into a Shonen Jump review and explanation episode now.
Well, I mean, their fate, the big three's fate is intertwined.
Yeah, it's very important to know.
Popularity poll, that's what we're
polls,
talking
about. It's very important to know how the magazine works in order to, like, you know, as a function for the series to
You're
go.
right, it is yearly. Well,
yeah,
it's basically
Dr. Stone.
yearly.
We never learned. Oh yeah, I remember seeing that one.
One Piece. Let's see what One Piece got.
I'm not
2017.
That's an old one. This is an old blog, right? No, this is Viz. It's also a blog though. Maybe they have a new updated one. I think their UI could use some work.
Yeah, it's annoying.
If you're listening to this, hire me. I'll help you fix it.
Please.
Please, yeah. It's like when you look at like an old college website and you're like, nothing, it doesn't link to anything. It's like, this page is missing. I'm like, we really needed that info.
There have been 6 popularity polls for My Hero Academia.
Uh-huh.
The first one Izuku was first,
Of course.
by easy margin, then Todoroki, then Bakugo, as it should be. Let's jump to the 6th one, which was this year. And what?
wait, is this the U.S.? This is the U.S. one?
Yeah, this is the U.S. one.
Wait, what was the first one? The first one was
Japan.
Japan. How come the 6th one jumped to U.S. poll?
Oh, maybe it's not ready. Oh, it's not ready. The results will be in December. Let's look at
Okay,
the 5th one.
the 5th one for Japan. The same series character. Damn.
Gross old Bakugo.
Bakugo got
destroying
first
the poll.
place.
He got first place by like double the votes that
He got first
Midoriya
place by
Shonen
10,000 more.
10,000 more votes.
And second place, Izuku only got 1,000 more than third place.
And then after third place, it's like another
damn.
10,000 down.
7,000 down.
8,000.
8,000? Yeah, 8,000.
Whoo!
Hey, Ida's kind of high. Damn.
Alright,
Ochako
Toga.
dropped to 8th.
Oh, poor Ochako. She hasn't done much, to
That's
be
true.
honest.
I mean, a lot of this is also like what character art
Let's look
just
at who's up
happened.
at the bottom. How did this guy get up here?
I don't
Monoma.
know.
He has 150 votes. Over Night Eye? That's a shame.
Uh-huh. Horikoshi's hand.
Aoyama is the bottom.
You know, there's always someone who puts Deku's red shoes. Yeah. I mean, his shoes are cool. I agree.
Aoyama got lower than even Gang Orca.
Has a nice character design. Or the invisible girl.
Toru.
Yeah.
Let's look at the US polls.
US one, Izuku's first,
And
but then Tsuyu and Ochako, which gives me a bit of a bias. Like,
hold on, look at the 5th one.
okay, the 5th one, 2019.
Kirishima second.
Oh yeah, he's so popular in the US.
That's crazy.
Then wow, Todoroki's 4th.
Good.
Bakugo, Kirishima, Izuku,
Momo.
Todoroki. Momo.
What is she doing here? Did she really do anything that great?
It probably
in the manga?
happened after her like volume release.
2019.
It was probably like a character moment for her, and then it shot up.
Guess so, huh?
I mean, people like Momo's good. I like her. But I kind of do want to say, like, interesting that the first two are female characters.
Yeah.
Does that imply we have more female readers or more male readers?
More male readers.
Okay. You think?
Yes.
I guess so.
Yes. Pikachu had 1 vote on this
Pikachu, of
My
course,
Hero
gets a vote.
Academia poll.
Mhm.
All right.
We've devolved.
We have lost focus
That's
on the big
okay.
3. Okay.
Well, we kind of finished it. We'll talk about them more in future episodes.
We should have like a One Piece mega special, like
Oh,
that's
God.
like 3 hours long.
Let's do like 2 episodes. Can I stay awake for that long? Maybe.
3 hours of One Piece.
What do we talk about?
We just sing "We Are" and it's different variations.
Oh God, different languages.
Yeah.
That'd be a special. Like,
Do you even know the English? Are you even a true fan? Do you know how to sing it in English?
what? We are.
We Are.
The opening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've listened to covers of it.
All right, you ready?
No, I'm not gonna do it now.
So come aboard and bring along
No.
all your hopes and dreams.
Okay.
Together we will find the things that we're looking for.
Wait, this is gonna be
One
spoiler.
Piece.
We'll have to make that like a special extra content or something.
If we're talking about spoilers, hold up. Ace
No, don't. So there's actually people who don't know
is
watching.
Luffy's,
No.
is Luffy's brother.
Okay.
Ace is Luffy's brother.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case you meet him in like the early parts and you don't know what their relation
No,
is.
he's his cousin. Dummy.
Good old Trace.
Trace is
Port
my.
Gaz.
Hey
the
Luffy,
Trace.
it's Trace, my cousin.
My cousin Trace. Free my cousin Trace.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, we'll talk about the big 3 more on their own
Specific
episodes.
ones, yeah.
Or topics. All right. Let's go to our outro.
We should pick our series
That's in our
review.
outro.
We're in the outro.
Oh, we are. Oh, sorry.
We're in the damn outro.
All right. Well, this coming Saturday.
This Saturday.
Series Saturday.
Series Saturday. Da, 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 da.
It is Halloween.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's Halloween. I'm also working, but I'll be okay. So, what are we going to talk about or review?
Well, if I'll be doing the heavy lifting, then I'm gonna pick the series.
Okay, I mean, I should be able to come back in time, but go ahead. Since I picked the big three.
I'll pick something spooky.
So, yeah. Like what?
Mm,
If it's too spooky, even if I'm here,
it's not that spooky.
I'm not going to be here.
I'm picking between like extremely obscure or just like very, very obscure.
Wow. You don't have anything normal?
What is a normal like horror anime? Another?
Well, I don't know. Like
talk about another.
Do like
Remember
like
how
supernatural?
she fell down the stairs and she ate an umbrella?
Yes, I know. No one can forget that.
Oh,
what about like a supernatural horror? Or not horror.
Supernatural horror.
Or just like, I don't know.
Uzaki-chan.
Oh god,
that's
is
a supernatural horror
right there. Well, it's up to you. What are you gonna pick? I would have picked like Natsume Yujincho because
there's also the Junji Ito series anime, but they're not scary at all. In fact, they're kind of bad.
I heard they weren't that great.
They're pretty bad.
Okay, well, let's not do that then. It came out kind of recently too. People know it.
Okay, then it's Mononoke.
What's that? Give us a summary.
It's a real scary series.
Why is it okay?
So Mononoke, not Princess Mononoke,
just
as most
Mononoke.
people think. Just Mononoke is a horror anthology, and it follows this doctor guy.
Oh.
He's not really a doctor. His like official title is that he sells medicine, but really he goes around the Edo period, Japan, and solves supernatural things going on.
I see. Is it kind of like Mushishi in a way?
It's like Mushishi, but very, very
artistic,
it's stylized. It's not easy to digest, but it's not supposed to be.
Okay, so it's supposed to be obscure, like you said.
Okay, if I on the Wikipedia page, it literally says a Japanese avant-garde anime, and there's nothing more I could say than, yeah, it's true.
I see. It's a spin-off
but it's like
of
Toei.
A horror series called Ayakashi Samurai Horror Tale. Ayakashi and like not Mononoke specifically, but like there's a lot of terms in Japanese to refer to different kinds of like folklore stories and like supernatural like spirits and ghosts and stuff like that. I'm not actually sure why there's like 3 specific phrases for them, and I don't know why, like how they differentiate them. Kind of like they have 3 different ways of saying seaweed.
They're just slightly different, I guess.
I know, but I've never figured it out. Like, how are they different? So that's interesting. But yeah, we'll talk about Mononoke on Saturday. Are you gonna type it? Am I gonna type it?
What? Oh yeah, next week.
Yeah,
next
just
week's
so
episode.
Here.
Yeah, so
next. Oh, this
I don't expect
episode.
A lot of. Oh, Saturday's episode.
Yeah, series Saturday.
I'll just put next episode.
Series Saturday.
I don't expect many people to know this series.
It's pretty popular in the art community, though. I think because it's so avant-garde, like the art is kind of.
It's interesting. It's more interesting than it is scary.
That's good.
It does go on like the classic like Japanese, what do you call it?
Style of like
monsters?
Horror.
No, like yeah, like Japanese folklore. But it does it in some of the weirdest ways you could think of.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a little disturbing.
Oh.
But not terrifying. Not scary at all.
Okay. I'll take that.
Okay. So that should do it for our episode. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
You're on Twitch or if you're on YouTube. By the way, you can watch us on YouTube. We also have social media. What's our social media pages?
Right. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram and Discord. You can also find us on our Kohi or coffee.
Coffee. Just say coffee.
No, I mean there's different. I don't know how to say it. How to
coffee page. Our
coffee page. It's in our link tree in our profile.
I think it's coffee because the whole line is like, buy us a coffee.
That's what I assumed, but someone else said something different to me, and now I'm not sure.
I'm gonna say coffee.
Right.
Buy us a coffee.
We're posting some more like specific special content on that page, and it's currently free for now, but eventually it will be behind a small like donation wall or something like that for
spooky
special content. all safe, all good. Just extra background thoughts and
hentai
opinions.
reviews.
No, please not. Not
That'll
mine.
be my.
That will be your own
That'll
page.
be my own. What?
Your own page.
We could just put it behind the paywall.
I'm giving him a look right now. No. Well, other specific content just for that website. Just because it's also more of a blog-oriented website. So please take a look sometime.
Yes, please do that. You can see all these links below.
Yes, thank you.
Whether you're on Twitch or on YouTube. Just check the description.
Very nice. All right. Well, everyone, have a good week. Enjoy your Halloween.
Happy Halloween.